nation and Biafra agitator Reno Omokri mount massive protests against Buhari in US. The Yoruba nation Middlebelt Biafran agitators, as aide to former President Goodluck Jonathan Reno Omokri, among others, aggrieved Nigerians staged a grand protest against President Muhammadu Buhari-led government on Friday. The protesters also condemned the United Nations' silence on the self-determination efforts of Nigerians was no longer golden. While addressing the protesters, Omokri listed some of the failures of Buhari since he assumed office. He asserted that Buhari is responsible for the depreciation of the naira. Omokri stressed that the continued loans collected by the Buhari-led government was responsible for the depreciation of the naira. He also talked about the killings and security challenges in Nigeria. Meanwhile, some people also gathered themselves to stage counter protests at the headquarters of the United Nations as President Muhammadu Buhari addressed the UN General Assembly. While the agitators of Yoruba Nation and Biafra continued their protests, the other group under One Nation also held theirs. The Yoruba Nation and Biafra agitators earlier resumed their protests at the headquarters of the United Nations before moving to the Nigeria embassy. They had placards bearing various inscriptions and chanting UN do something, your silence is killing us, and help Nigeria to save lives among others. One of the protesters, identified as TJ, said, "We want them to know that Nigeria is all about UN needs to intervene to rescue the situation." Another protester, Omoba, added that the protest is to show that people are being oppressed in Nigeria. This is for all that are oppressed, hungry on the street of Nigeria, those who want to live a human lifestyle, he said. Meanwhile, the One Nigeria group, on the other hand, had placards to promote to the activities of Buhari and preaching unity in Nigeria. These people, their matter, they funny me anytime where I come across, if you ask me. Well, on a serious note, those people that are protesting against the agitators are indeed doing the wrong thing, but I wouldn't blame them because they're only doing this on the basic of the money they've been paid, because we heard that $150 has been paid to all those fake protesters for 3 hours protest. So I won't be surprised why they are doing this. It doesn't really mean that everybody that are in the US are all living flamboyantly. Not everybody living in the US are living well. Not everybody living in the US has money. Everybody needs money to live well. That is why they are doing all of this for the sake of money. I wouldn't blame them. But to sell your conscience for your own unborn generation to suffer the wrath of your deeds? That was the question. Well, to all those people agitating and for Reno Omokri, they should well done and keep up the good work. We hope that the United Nations will do something about this whole insecurity and the level of poverty boomraging Nigeria. We all hope they will do something about this whole thing and put Buhari to caution, or they should tell him to trade with caution and stop all this so-called borrowing that he's borrowing up and down. I thought I said we Nigerians have enough, we have the resource, we have all it takes, that we have everything to help us pay off the debt we are owing. At first, they said in the time of Goodluck Jonathan before he left office that the debt was 12 trillion, but now it has gone to 36 trillion. So tell me where Nigeria is heading. Things are getting worse on a daily basis, and you expect people not to protest. There is going to be a protest, whether there is a fake protest countering their real protest or not. This is still going to take place, and it will continue that way until something is done about it. So I hope that the UN will do something about this whole issue to ravage it. Well, someone at the comment section said that idiots and vagabonds on display. Okay, good one. If the center cannot hold, then things fall apart. Reno is a looter. He is so shameless that his regime was only expert in looting and did not execute even one project in the whole of Southeast and South-South. Shame. I agree with you that in their time, it was all looting, looting, looting. They were all looting. They were all doing all sort of things. But we all know that right now it is better in the time of Goodluck Jonathan than now. We all know that we can compare these two together. Most of us are even wishing we can turn back the hands of time. We are wishing that we can even go back to the same looting generation, because at least then it was much more better, and you yourself can testify to that it is better than now. So I won't be surprised if so many people are wishing for that. Agreed, their regime looted according to you. Why didn't your loving regime do better or prosecute them? Nigerians prefer looting with better government and life to self-acclaimed and honesty with heartless killings, bigotry, insecurity of the highest order, incompetence and wickedness characterized of this present regime. Get this into your bias and small mind. Well, the best way to go is to return to God and have peace. Failure to do so, if you like, divide Nigeria family by family without knowing Christ, it will mount big suffering on the families. So return to God and Nigerians will have peace. Okay, oh, I hear you. We all know that faith without work is so. All these things you are saying will not really work or counter the issue in this Nigeria right now. If you are talking about insecurity, yes, and we agree to it that there's so much insecurity in the states that the whole of Nigeria is turning into something else. But when you want to talk about Christ, all those things, I will tell you that this is uncalled for. With the kind of things happening right now, yeah, we know that Christ is the one who can come and rescue us from all this. But you talking about Christ alone will not help anything. Just like they said, we can't keep on praying and praying and praying for manna to come down from heaven. You have to work towards that prayer. So while we are praying, we can also do the needful, as in walk according to the prayer, so that all our prayer will not just fail. Then we say God is not listening. God is listening, but we are the ones who are not doing things accordingly. That is why it seems as if God is not listening. Well, you can go to the comment section and share your take on this article. Thanks for listening.